Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of this 5-part series. You've seen us obviously get the engine and gearbox out. You've seen us do the gearbox parts. Now it's the biggest part of the swap really, is getting everything done to the engine. So getting all the bars and everything ready, everything prepped. And at the end of this video you'll see us wrestle the engine back into the engine bay. So without further ado, let's get on with part 3. So we have the kit. Well, I call it a kit, but there's still other bits. There's some other bits you'll see later on in the video. There's the gearbox on top. But the main things you need for the kit are the sump, to obviously have the 45° for the PD engine, the brackets, and I've gone down the route of the hydro mounts, the 2 brackets for the engine, and the 2 brackets for the exhaust. Now a couple of little extras that I've gone for is this bracket here. We'll explain it more when we put it on the engine, but it takes the AC compressor and turns it into a pulley, so you don't need to do any altercations with the auxiliary belt. We got the without words to describe really, but the ship plate for keeping all the dust and the rubbish out from the clutch. Now normally they come in as a 2-piece, but I've opted for the single piece, so we've got to make sure that's done before the clutch. But that is the main kit. So let's start getting some of this together really. So if any of you guys that have done projects, you know unfortunately plans change. So little change here. You now see we have a 1-piece poo plate, ship plate, whatever you want to call it. Dust plate, which is going to go on there. We did have the brickwerks one, which was the 2 plate, but it needed to be welded, and Dave, the guy that's been helping me out with everything else, makes this plate. So it's not that bad, but slightly annoying, there'll be a little bit of extra plate. I can live with that. It's in the engine bay. Maybe down the road we'll look at getting one laser cut or something. But anyway, the reason we're here, move that out of the way. Can't get my fingers under it. The reason we're here, spigot bearing. So another part from Brickwerks. I'll leave the part code in the description below. So I know I've got to get a tool or a socket in a second, but so yeah, there should be an oil control ring on the outside. So yeah, so hopefully you guys can pick it up. Just inside, the little bearings are closer to this side, and on this side there is a little like rubber O-ring. Let's just move you so I can check you can actually see. So try and get the angle. So yeah, you can just see in the back there all the little, oh, that's better angle. You can see all the little individual roller bearings, and the closest to you there is the rubber seal. So the rubber seal, when we put it in, faces us, so we go that way. So I would just get a socket and everything, and we'll gently tap that one in. I will quickly run a bit of sandpaper in there and just clean it up. Let's put that down on the bit of paper and set you back. So a 15mm socket seems to be the perfect size, so I'm just going to use that. So hopefully we can just gently. And there you go. Sounded like it changed note as it went in. You should hear it hit the back. Let's get that plate off for a second. Yeah, there you go. He's in there nicely. So next job, sump off, get the Beetle sump on ready for when all the bits and pieces turn up to get the engine in. So fingers crossed that will be soon. For you guys, won't be long, and then you start thinking about getting this in the van. So now we've done the gearbox, we move on to the engine side. So we've got the sump to do, and that's the main bulk of the engine really, and then obviously it's all the brackets and things. So we're going to drain the oil first, get the sump off, so we're using a two-part sump, one from a VW Beetle, and then the new sump that's custom made goes onto the bottom of it. That's not actually here yet, so we're just going to put the VW Beetle single part in first. So let's get that taken off and go from there. Let's go for it. There you go. Jesus. There you go. Right, we ready? I'm going to try and...
So you can do this in one.
Thank you. Yeah, you need clean hands when you're working on an engine, eh? Right, let that drain out. Hasn't got a magnet on the end.
Is that connected? Yeah.
Just want to crank them all off to start with.
I can really spin it towards you anyway, to make your life easier.
Yeah.
Four on that side.
There's these four. Crack them all off just to make sure I've got no problems. Go slightly further around. Because I can't see. There's not one there. That's that. So it's up inside. Is there another one yet?
Okay, plate.
Did you do that on purpose?
No.
No, never.
Would I ever?
Still see Loctite on it.
You
can still see the original green Loctite from Never Fit at Factory. Or someone's fitted a new sump to it.
We'll see with the pastry and take it off.
Yeah, you can actually see there's paste on the top. So I reckon this could have been redone, but I think that's it. It's just, I don't know how many there should be, but there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20.
Right.
20 bolts.
Well, if we lock it.
Right, so now we've got the 20 bolts out. Can't believe there's 20. Let's hope. Oh. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. $20 bolts and we're off. Okay. Yes. Right, quickly show you what's inside there, guys. So we have the pan off now. So the next few bits and pieces to do before we stick the new pan back on is with the dipstick tube that's being replaced out with a T25 style one. So instead of, as you can see with the yellow tube, which to be fair is broke anyway, it's going to go up and around, so you'll be able to access it from the rear flap. And then one of the other things we need to do is the oil pickup. There's a custom one that comes into the wedge style pan, so that needs to be taken off as well. Unfortunately that's not here either, so that will be something we need to add in later when it turns up. So we do need to give all the edges a nice little clean up. Someone's overpaced it in places, but to be fair it looks pretty good. But inside, very happy how clean it looks. Even all the tensioners, couldn't see any wear just inside. It looks very clean actually. This engine has done over 150,000. I think it was 170,000, but it was attached to an auto gearbox. So I think it's fared very well. You can't see any debris or anything glistening in the oil. That's a good sign. There's a tiny bit of plastic I see in the top center there. Every time I let go of it, it goes back in the oil. But I think that's a part of the dipstick tube breaking off and falling inside, and that only happened quite recent, so it's definitely not run with it inside there, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I will have a look up inside just to make sure nothing else is dropped down from that tube, because you can see there. So let's get that cleaning up. So next job, this is one you don't have to do for a TDI conversion, but we're replacing the dipstick because we've got a PD to T25 dipstick being made up. So yeah, next job, get the pipe out before we put the pan on. So hopefully, fingers crossed, chisel, hammer, and a mark to hold the
and one dipstick.
and one dipstick, mark to hold the engine. So just try not to get my head in the way.
Move that oil pan.
Keep the oil pan out of the way. I've lost the oil. Crap tube. Now we've got to get that out.
Always run a grinder down through there, Andy.
Yeah. So we just literally smashed it up through because we didn't need it. So yeah, that one's out. Whew, that's a bit harder than it should have been. Pain in the bum. Right, let's clean up the bottom. Try and get as much of this gasket, the old gasket paste off. It looks pretty clean actually, like you said before. So I'm not going to put the new sump on yet. I'm going to wait until the bottom piece turns up, the triangle piece that goes underneath, so the engine can be leaned over, and also still waiting on the oil pickup. So I'm going to do it all in one go, but for tonight I want to get all the gasket, the old gasket stuff off so it's nice and clean. Just doing all the prep work really, just trying to make sure everything is ready to go. Pretty much the second all these parts turn up, you can pretty much bash it all together and get it straight in the van. So yeah, just trying to do all the prep work I can tonight, because unfortunately it's taking a little bit longer than I was hoping for these parts to turn up. But just get done what I can. So let's get this cleaned up. cleaning the bottom off, like I say, just to make life easier later on. So yeah, a bit of brake cleaner to clean all the mating surfaces up. Really done the bottom half, but prep work, do it now while I got a chance. So yeah, just carry on with this. Cleaned up, always a bonus. Now, oh, I have cleaned the mating surfaces. A little bit of debris did fall in, but that doesn't matter because it won't be there for much longer. So if we stick that back in here quickly, and then we'll explain something. So, come on. Let's quickly do this up. So, while the engine is in this angle, before I put it back down, so this PD, as you know, is out of a Sharon, and the alternator bracket and everything was much longer. So it came down, I think it came down to about, yeah, pretty much in line with the bottom. So it had the alternator, the tensioner, the air conditioning pump, and power steering. I think power steering is at the bottom. One way around, can't remember. But power steering and, or whatever. Power steering, sorry, and aircon, one way around or the other. So the easiest way to do it, to make sure that the belts and everything work and it's a standard belt, is this is off a Seat Leon or Ibiza. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen now, so that we can use, oh, and the tension is obviously a brand new one as well, so we can use a standard belt. Now there is going to be a bracket put here, which we put the power steering pump back on, but then we'll loop it so it's just basically a bearing, so it keeps everything in line. Once I do the looping, how much you got it here, it's in the back of the garage there. I'll show you once we put the bracket on exactly what I've done, but just to kind of say really that not every PD, but different variations of PD might be slightly different to the setup you've got, so you might have to do your own research. Like I say, this had air conditioning and power steering, so it was quite a bit bulkier, so to cut it down we've gone this way. So yeah, that kind of explains that one really. So I'm going to set this back down, and to be honest, I'm not sure what's next, but you'll see in a second. So yeah, let's crack on. So next job, we've got a friend today, Adonis has joined us, but yeah, the next job, get the sump on. So one or two things we noticed while we're just mocking up is we're going to put the oil pickup with the new sump, well, we're only going to put, grab it, the middle sump section in for now, and we'll put the bottom section, the wedge section, on later. But we noticed that the oil pickup was going to be basically going through the bottom of the plate. So for now, leave the old pickup on, get this new plate in, gasket it up, so we can at least stand the engine up right. And we're just doing a bit of a trial day today, making sure the brackets fit on both sides. We've got a clock turbo to make sure it clears the bracket, but that's today's job. So we get this on, stand the engine up right, check the brackets, and that's the plan. So yeah, let's get this on. So Donnie's got the paste behind him.
Yeah.
We should have all those. There's 110 mil for you. 110 mil for me.
Right.
And then do we want to probably put it on? And let's get a bit of oil on there when we mocked it up. a small little
Right.
bead.
Just get this ready.
So I just like to smear it on. Get a fine layer everywhere. Some people like to put tons on, some people like to put absolute bugger all on. Personal preference, I think.
I like it to be properly sealed.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough that it doesn't leak.
So a nice little smearing all the way around. There's 2 spanners doing the work, to be honest, aren't they?
Yep.
There we go. So, now we got that all smeared in. Are we looking good?
Yeah.
We're looking a bit there, they could do with a tiny bit.
I was going to say it's a bit thicker now you're going to have.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Looking pretty good. Cool.
Right. Get a bolt ready.
Yep, so if you do one that
Yeah,
side,
I'll
probably
probably
that
do the
one,
top
and
one,
I'll
you do
do
bottom
one
end.
down there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go around it.
Plan, action. Yeah, let you line her up.
Yeah.
Spank her in. Yeah, I was just going to check mine, make sure it's on tight. Do it all the way because I might need to move it a little bit.
Just pull it in a little bit.
Just get it. Yeah, that's right. It needs to go.
Which way?
Okay, I've got it.
You go.
So you tilt it at a slight angle and it pulled it in. Needed to go up slightly.
Don't some people leave the paste to get a bit tacky first before they put it on?
Yeah.
Why?
Again,
I've never
it's
understood
just
why.
personal preference, isn't it? Everyone's different.
Mm.
Life would be boring if all the same, Donny.
Yeah. Little bit down that end.
Yeah, I just obviously leaving it so there's a little bit of movement still.
Yeah.
Until you're ready to out.
See yourself as
Get myself in this space. Like some people Loctite these in place.
Mm. I think you've got enough paste to not worry about that.
I'm trying to put one in a hole that's already got one in.
Well done.
What we'll do in a minute is once they're all done up slightly, lift it up slightly so it's more centred,
Yeah.
and then we'll do some up. So if I lift it up slightly and then there you go. Come on. Do you need slimmer 10, yeah?
It should be right for a second, but we'll do in a minute. When we tighten these two up, it fits just into the groove, into the channel, so we don't want to.
Okay, so if I lift it slightly, kind of in the middle-ish. Okay. So if I've done one up, so you do one of those, that one up a little bit, and then just work it down.
Yeah, that's the one that I'll struggle to get.
Okay.
separate on. You're going to work your way along the top now.
Yeah. Don't do it too tight for a minute, just get let that go up a bit and then just get it to all grab. And then there's one.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. So anyway, he's on.
Yeah.
Once I'm on, now to test some of these brackets. So next job is to make sure the bracket fits here. One thing we did notice is these plastic clips actually go in the thread holes. So it goes in that one, that one. And when I show you the bracket in a minute, it's stepped to go for that. So on the bracket, you can see, let me get the right angle, you can see it's stepped. So we're just going to clean the threads up in a minute because they're a little bit rusty, but the bracket goes just like that. So we're not going to mock it up, we're just going to check the threads are okay, and we know that's one job ticked off the list because we're just doing all the prep work, so we've got no problems later on. So we cleaned up the threads for these three, all nicely ready to go. I say that and that's just gotten tight. Yeah, so there's those three. So next job is to make sure the bracket there is ready to go, and then we'll get the belt on just to make sure everything lines up, make sure we've got nothing out of place, and then we can flip the engine over and look at the turbo side. So we've got the pump on, all adjusted up, just need to do a final check. We do need to cap off that one and fill it full of oil. This is literally just being used as a bearing, and also you can use a standard auxiliary belt, so saves on any problems later on if we need to get a belt. So that one's done. Now we need to flip the engine over and do the bits on the other side. So one of the next jobs, just so you know where you are, just underneath the turbo, we have to take out the drain, which we've undone, take out the the adapter from the block to the drain pipe and replace it with a blank. So that's one of the next little jobs. Zoom out. Yeah, because the new drain is going to go from there down to there. One plug inserted. I'm sure there's a meme there for that. Do you reckon it was a 19? It's not 19. Uh, 17, right. Get a socket on that, and that's that job ticked off. So we have one very pretty turbo. Right, so we've had to clock it. The outlet was facing downwards, straight down, but to get the bracket in, we've just been mocking it up. You've got the 4 bolts here after we've just done the turbo drain. So yeah, that was facing down. You can see these two are off-centered. Now this pipe did face straight up, but now because we've clocked it 180 degrees, it's now going straight down. We'll quickly put on the bracket and just show you. So one bracket on. It's not done up fully, but just to show you guys. So we're going up with this pipe. It's now going to pop through that gap nicely. I do have to cut this little plastic tab off, but that will pop through nicely and it'll go straight down. The only little bit we really got to do is this breather did attach into the top. So we just run a new pipe. I'll find out what the inside diameter is, run it from there down through somewhere and on there, just so it's the same as OEM. But we're looking good. So we only got a couple more stages. We got the clutch to put on, and then hopefully we can give it a new home. It's got the crap plate to go on, shit plate, dust plate, dirt plate, whatever you want to call it. So we'll get that one on first. Like I said, I went for the one piece, so we ain't got to worry about getting this aligned up. So there's that one. And then get the clutch. Which I should have prepped before. So, I've got one clutch. I've got to get this aligned. Now, last time I tried this, I did find it easier to actually take the bolts out. Now I've just got to centre. Nope, not that way. Nope. There is unfortunately only one way this goes on, because of the way they're all spaced. And there we go. Just double check we're obviously lined up. So anyone that's doing this, it's actually an M12 12 spline, which is not a tool that everyone keeps at home, but if you get a set, got a full set from Draper, you pretty much do any 12 spline there is, which is nice and handy, and I think it's quite a cheap kit. Right, so these have got to be done up to 60 newtons. So let's just quickly get them in. I'm sure there's meant to be a specific pattern for this, but I just try and do a star shape. Right, so they're all now in. Just got to torque them up and then get the clutch plate out on. One, two, three, four, 5, 6.
Cool.
Right, all torqued up. Let's get the older.
My head is probably the way there.
Ah, probably. One clutch plate, which I think can't be that far off centre. I've got the clutch alignment tool. This goes on one particular way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that right?
You look it up in there.
Yes. So these are to 20 Newton meters, but we'll just quickly screw them all in. Excitement of doing up, I don't know how many screws are on it, 4, 12. Not very exciting. Just going to do them up just so they touch, and then I will zigzag across again just to tighten them up. So 20 Newton meters as well isn't very much. That's my last one, isn't it? So.
Yeah. You centered?
Don't know, I've got to check that out in a second. I think it is. I should have a centre alignment tool, but someone's an idiot. Do you know what, that's pretty damn good.
Well,
I'll tell you what, that's
we've got a bit of play, we can make it work.
That's pretty damn good. Oh. Cool. So 1 clutch. Yeah. Do you know what time it is, Donnie?
It is.
No. Do you know what time it is, Donnie?
Is it engine in time?
It's engine in time! It's party time! I know what time it is, I've got to wear a watch. Right, go on then. And there's a longer one.
There you go. Right.
It's just too tight. Need to get maybe some.
Did you do the top one up alright?
Top one's fine.
Yeah.
Might need to get some Allen key bolts, I think.
Yeah.
Swap these out. But for now. This would be quite easy to get to because it'd be at the top of the engine in the bay.
Oh yeah.
Oh my legs. Exciting video content. Doing a bolt up.
Most awkward bolt in the world.
I think we'll change that one out. Smaller head or something.
I think you're right with the hex head.
Hex head, yeah. Allen key head. Right. So the next job we're doing, well, I say we. Donnie's decided he wanted to do the brackets, so we use him and abuse him. So we're getting in the brackets, the cradles, each side. Nicely powder coated now. We're getting them in, ready, hopefully, today, we hope, to get the engine in.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, so we've got 2 bars, if I can zoom out enough. 2 bars in. Just ticking these lists off, ready for that to go in.
Well, I got my foot against it now. We're good.
Which way's that got to go? 'Cause I can't sit on it.
That way.
So just got to start lifting it and then move things out of
And
the way.
then shift it, yeah, to the.
It's also got to go in.
Yeah. Just mind those jacks.
You got something I can throw underneath one of these wheels?
Can't use my foot, but
Oh, that's my leg to be fair.
in between the two of us. Have you got it?
Yeah,
We'll grab that piece of wood.
Kill. Right, engine's in.
Yeah. Technically, yeah. Right.
So, we'll start lifting and see how we go.
Yeah.
I think we have too much crap here in the way, but
No. Right, we all good to go for it?
we'll go for it then.
Hang on, what was stuck on? Okay, we're stuck on the actual ramp.
Well, where do we need to go?
That way. The whole thing needs to go that way.
Okay, that's fine.
So, engine on
Yeah?
Yeah. Now we're just actually stuck on the platform itself. It can't go
That's
anymore.
fine. Well, we're going to have to lift, we're going to have to get it off here somehow.
Yeah, move this out the way
Yeah.
and then hope and pray.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it's going to be a bit of that.
Yeah. So let's get this, all the air out of this.
Right, so is that going to reach first? Go down. Go down. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so
Just.
it's just the right thing. So if I release it and take it all the way up.
What's it stuck on?
I think the gearbox. Yeah. There's hoses and stuff in the gearbox.
Have you got it? I've
Yeah.
turned the
Yeah.
wheel so it shouldn't move.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, back here. Yeah.
Okay.
It's starting to move. About an inch.
Can't see.
About an inch.
Okay.
If that.
Thing is, the alternator's going to start catching this bar. We need to spin towards you slightly.
You're on the chassis.
Okay.
You're on the car.
Alright.
Oh, there you go. Right. Okay. So.
We should have extended the bar out more.
You can't.
Oh.
It doesn't do the last one.
Okay.
I don't know. Any ideas?
Other than taking the gearbox out, no.
That is doable.
What? Drop the gearbox, take that out,
It is
so we
doable.
can put the engine in place and then put the gearbox in secondary.
It is doable. It is actually very doable.
With everything currently in the place it's in?
No, it's got to be lowered down.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Are we in a place where we
Not
can't?
quite yet. Gently, please.
Right.
My hand's gonna have to be here.
Currently just there.
Yeah, go on, keep going. It's doable.
I think that's the only way that we're going to have room for to actually like. You what? Yeah.
Right. We got a new plan. We can remove the gearbox to put the engine in. Hopefully that's easier. Right.
Well, at least it means we can spin it.
I can't see a damn thing, mate. So.
Yeah, keep going up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Much clearer because we're further forward. Right, hang on. Oh, just yeah, we're all clear. Right.
Sure?
Yeah, that was the starter. We're catching. Okay. Right. We need to go up a little bit more. But now we can probably take that track out. And we should be able to go forwards a bit more if needed. Work on the. That's the thing. So we need to obviously go up plenty more.
You're hitting this bracket, aren't you?
No, not yet.
Do we have to go over your way?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, just not too much to the body.
You right?
Yeah. Right, I can't see it now. Okay. So, here's the catch.
Right. Do we need to get this ready or not?
Well, possibly, but
How close you are.
well, that needs to go above it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to tip up and onto it because the engine's still got to tip a bit more. I think.
Do we need to go that way then?
I think so. Yeah.
Right, if I got this, can
Yeah.
you get underneath?
Yeah.
Will the leg drag your way?
How are we looking?
That's better.
Yeah.
It's almost in the right spot.
So, I don't know if we want to get quickly get the mount on this side, like the bottom mount.
Should we try and get this one in? Can we get any higher? That's the question.
Yeah. Whoa, the alternator's going to catch on the body. And that's it. I think it's caught on the back as well now. Literally as high as we can go.
Okay.
So that we'll be able to tip it. You say what you need, mate?
I don't know yet.
If I spin the engine the other way.
What do you mean the other way?
That way, to give you space to put it in. That's it.
We need to try and get it on top.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, probably bolt it.
I can't because it's nylock. It needs to go on top.
Okay, right.
I can't see.
Yeah. Okay. So just.
There's 2 tabs that should line up and fall in.
Oh, there you go. Tabs are in.
Tabs are in.
Yeah.
So why does it feel like it's not?
Because those 2 bolts, it's got play on either side. That's why. But the tabs are in.
Tabs are in, but
yeah.
It feels like it's. Okay. Right. Can you grab me one of the nuts for the end? Need the same again. Don't forget.
Yeah. We'll grab the other in a second. Let's just. Get this on.
Right, that's in.
Okay, right, so we need to.
Get yourself a bracket on.
Yeah.
It's creaky.
I know.
That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm moving on that one. Fine, as long as we got the rest in.
It's dropped. It's hanging on the thing.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, right, if we get the.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
The mount in. Where does this lot need to sit? Which side?
Just above it. That's going to have to go.
Yeah, I've got it. Go through.
Okay, you might have to go maybe above. Oh, rush in. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. I'm going to go up and try and jack it up.
Yep. So the engine is in. I wouldn't say it of its own free will, Donnie, was it?
No.
But we've got no gearbox. And we're quickly doing up these mounts. So we're going to quickly do these up and then give you a show around it. So, how are we doing, Donnie?
Right, it's in.
Right, he's in. We came across a few problems. So, problem 1. This style PD, I don't know if it goes further out on the air intake, but it was hitting the fuse box. So we had to remove the elbow, which unfortunately meant we couldn't get, originally, this bracket far enough to the front of the vehicle. So yeah, we had to remove the elbow, and then it went in. It was a bit of a faff. As I said a second ago, the gearbox is currently out. So yes, we have an engine in, but no, we have a gearbox out. So that is going to be the next job. But it is in. Obviously, there's a couple of bolts we've got to do up. And the other side, I think we're okay that side.
Yeah, this side it's got plenty of access.
Pretty good. It's the access here, which is touching that fuse box. So I need to do some research on what people do, because I don't know why it's touching there.
I'd say possibly relocate the fuse box.
Well, yeah, relocate the fuse box. But the engine is in, which is a bonus. So we're going to take the engine hoist off. As we've been fighting the engine hoist all day, we think there's a seal gone in it. It just keeps on bleeding air.
Which is fun when you're underneath it.
Yeah, it did creak a few times, didn't it?
Hey, it made us move quicker.
Exactly.
Right,
So we'll quickly lower the engine hoist. So I'll go on, yeah, might as well lower the engine hoist and we'll see the engine fall out the bottom, shall we? That's a good sign, hasn't moved. Right, let's remove this and try and get this gearbox back in. So we have one engine in, don't we?
Yeah, just.
Yeah, so big thanks to Donnie for help today. And yeah, we're in. But now we got the fun part of trying to get some of these bits and pieces sorted out. So like this back corner, the fuse box, far too tight. The air intake, again, far too tight. So just got to do some research on those bits and pieces. Let me get down because I'm literally stood on the back. We got the gearbox obviously in. That was a bit of a mission. Don't recommend anyone trying to get the gearbox in and out. Well, when you're on to ramps. But he's all in. We still got a few bits to do up. Got to do these up. Underneath here, there's 2 nuts and bolts, which I don't have the right size for, so they got to be replaced. Loads of hoses. Can you see? Well, I still got, I don't know if you can see up there, but there's the start. I'm trying to point for you guys. So there's the starter motor goes up in there. The clutch goes onto that. So still a few bits and pieces to do, but it's in, which is the main thing. So yeah, get those bits and pieces done. Yeah, and then try and work out this wiring, because that's been quite a few months since we played around with that. So I think we're calling it for today, and then in the week I'm going to get on with the sump and the few other bits and pieces that I can get on with, and then we'll look at some of the electrical stuff. Fun times, isn't it?
Yeah, although where we routed it before, we might have to move.
Yeah,
We'll have to play with it a little bit.
we'll play with it. Yeah. We'll work it out.
It'll be fine.
Right, that's it for today.